Yeah, we had Friday dress clothes, it's your Friday best, I guess. Saturday, ASU polo, slacks, some nice shoes, and then Sunday we get country. I like it.
That?
I'm sorry?
What was the process in deciding which day is what?
I don't know. Bloomy said he likes it, and I've been waiting to wear this stuff for months now, so I was excited to wear it.
Is that something the team plans to do for like every home game?
I'd imagine so. I mean, you look good, you play good, right? I liked it.
Rather chipper after a loss, albeit a very entertaining game. Is that just your kind of attitude with the game?
Yeah, when I look at the game, I look at a congregation of pitches, and I think that, over 200-something pitches, we played really, really tough baseball. And the scoreboard is what it is, but, there's no way I can be disappointed when I got, 36 guys that are intent on winning, playing every inning as hard as they can, and are behind me and behind each other. I mean, I can't be mad at those guys.
You kind of came on as the weekend went on, capping off the home run there. And can you take me through that at bat and what kind of sparked that foot in the dugout to go get that last one to tie it?
Yeah, I certainly had some nerves coming in to ASU in general, but especially my first series. But I got to give credit where credit's due. I've got some really, really awesome guys in my corner. I mean, just to point out some names, I think everybody needs a friend like Trey Newman, Jacob Tobias, Mario DeMera. I mean, the list goes on and on of guys who just had my back, could see that I was pressing, and honestly just gave me some good advice just to relax and play hard and have fun. And so, coming into today, the main goal for me was to try to get a win. And once that all synced up, you could see it. Everybody was trying to win that game, and it was a really phenomenal effort, I think. And it finally cooled me down when I realized, I've got some of my best friends behind me, pushing in the same direction I am.
When I was right field today after playing left to start the weekend, was that kind of adjustment for you? What's your experience playing that corner in the outfield?
I actually played a lot of right field early on in my career, so I think I'm old, and I have the red shirt in the COVID year, so it was probably 2021. I played a lot of right. 2022 I played like 50-50 right left, and then 2023 I played all center. So I feel comfortable in all three positions. It's just wherever they need me that day. It's not a huge adjustment. And I honestly, it was easier out there today. There was no sun. Left field was getting it the worst. So.
How do you think Compton handled that?
Wonderful. I thought he was wonderful today. He looked poised. He's looked poised all weekend. And something that the cameras won't get, and unfortunately you guys don't have a chance to see, is how much work that guy puts in. It's really phenomenal. It's unbelievable how early that guy gets here and how much time he puts into the game. So.
Harris, you guys have talked about how deep this lineup is, 1 through 15, 16 guys. Mm-hmm. How does it feel to lead off that lineup, to start everything at the top?
It feels great. Today I my first AB, working to a 3-2 count, and I'm coming back in the dugout, and I'm a little bit frustrated because I really felt like I had him timed up. I felt like I was seeing it good, and looking at it, I've got New Contrades, then I've got Ryan Campos, then Jacob Tobias, and Kevin Carsetter. So there's 4 hitters who I don't even have to worry. I don't have to worry about those guys. I gave them an opportunity. It all comes back, I guess, to winning, right? If I just give them an opportunity to see what he's got, bang, put up a 3 spot. So it's just a lot of fun to play in such a tight team atmosphere like we have.
When you guys said in preseason you had 14, 15 batters at the start,
Mm-hmm.
you weren't joking. When you have someone like Ethan Mendoza, true freshman, go 5 for 5 today, what is the energy like for the team to see that kind of a performance from someone who is really just getting into the flow of college baseball at this stage?
Oh, God. How about that guy, first of all? Second, it was 5 years ago. I remember my first college AB and my first college hit, and I was really impressed with how he seemed like he'd already done it before compared to when I got my first college hit. I was like, so flustered. I was like, oh my God, I'm here. And he looked like he'd been doing it for years. He just looked awesome at the plate. He knows what he wants to do. The kid's a gamer, and so I was really exciting to see him bloom, or not even bloom, but just be able to show off what he's got a little bit. He's a competitor, and when you got a team full of those, it's got to be careful.
And you mean his first at bat Friday or Saturday, or are we talking about today's first at bat?
I'm talking about his first hit. His first hit, what was that, yesterday? No, Friday. On Friday, up the middle. Yeah, I mean, he looked like he'd done that 1,000 times, which I guess he has in high school, but never at this level. And then today, same guy. He's the same guy, and he's been like that all fall, all spring. Tough ABs to really good ABs. He's the same dude, and it's I expected nothing less than
Is there solace in the fact that still won the series despite the Sunday loss?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way college baseball's set up. That's why we play 3 games. And winning in college baseball, sweeping in college baseball is the hardest thing to do. And I thought we put our best foot forward today, and you look up at the scoreboard after and you come up a little bit short. But if we keep playing the game we played this whole weekend, watch out. Watch out for the Devils.
Do you ever have you scored this many runs in a single weekend as a team in college? I think you guys scored, what was it, it's like 36 runs?
I don't think I've ever scored that many runs in a college baseball game before. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, the offense was electric this whole weekend. I mean, granted, Mooney's a little bit of a launch pad, and so both teams get to benefit from that. But even on the defensive and pitching side, I was really excited to see guys bounce back and attack and keep going back over the dish over and over again, and just keeping it tight enough to where the offense could hopefully take the lead. And I mean, I don't know how many back and forths we had this whole weekend, especially yesterday, so I was just excited to see guys really grit their teeth today and yesterday, actually. Just grit their teeth and compete for the guy next to them.
You talked about earlier being the leadoff guy in this lineup, but what is sort of your mental thinking when you would be the leadoff guy and sort of the leadership, of the quality thing you kind of take in being that guy to lead off the lineup?
Yeah, something. It's all kind of under Bloomy's philosophy and Goffey's, is just be aggressive, and so they give me the green light if I want to go the first pitch of the game, or if I want to see a couple. But when it comes to a team aspect, and when I'm thinking of it as one of the older guys, I want to give our lineup the best chance to score, right? So if I'm not on it on the 0-0 pitch, then I need to do everything I can to give our offense the best chance. So that's either getting on base, or that's trying to see 7 to 10 pitches in an at bat. But it's all just about competing. I'm competing for the guys behind me so that they have their best opportunity.
Is there anything new that, from your observations this weekend, you learned about this team, or did things kind of go according to your expectations?
I mean, I would say this was about my expectation. I knew we were going to play hard. I knew we were going to play fast. I knew we were going to swing it. And I knew our pitchers were going to come in and attack the strike zone. And I think we checked all those boxes off. But, I think one thing that we emphasized is do not count us out ever. Ever. So
Isaiah Jackson with a crazy leaping grab earlier, just from another outfielder's perspective, how difficult is a catch like that to make, it kind of what goes into as you're approaching the wall, getting up against it, and that whole process?
I noticed this about Isaiah in the fall, is that he just has phenomenal feel of the field itself. So, at times early on, I was kind of getting lost at where I was in the park, and he just knows exactly where he is at all times. And that's what sets him up to be able to make those game-changing plays, is because I don't even think the ball is necessarily in his mind. I think he just knows. It's like a sixth sense about him, where he just knows when he has to jump, how high he has to jump, and where the glove placement needs to be, and the timing. I mean, the timing is crazy. That's the hardest part, but he just does it. He's a freak athlete. I mean, and he's a really great player. So I was excited. I was excited for him, and I was excited for the team, because those game-changing plays can really swing the momentum in a game.
How long does a sense like that generally take to develop in an outfielder?
It depends. I mean, it took me weeks of batting practice to get used to it. And obviously I wasn't here last year, so I didn't get to see his first year here. But if I were to guess, if I were to put money down, I would say that it took him very little time to just have a sixth sense of where he is. I mean, he's a ball player, and he's a really good one.
He also had 10 RBIs this weekend. Does that number even really register for a weekend series to you?
I mean, that's those are video game stats. I mean, and the guy was dialed in. I mean, coming down to our last at bat with the winning run on first base. I don't know who else I want at the dish there. You know, I had 100% faith in him. And, you know, one thing we need to emphasize, and I'm not worried about him at all, but in any situation like that is just keep doing it. You didn't work out. I mean, didn't work out that time, but just keep doing it. Like that's the guy we wanted in that position at that stage of the game. And you know what? I'm willing to hang my hat on that at bat any day of the week, twice on Sunday. So
Thanks, man.
thank you.